Welcome to the Hometown Bluegrass Show, the heart and soul of bluegrass music, brought to you straight from Western Kentucky. Join your hosts Tim Batts, a passionate promoter of bluegrass and live music, and Josh Williams, 3-time IBMA Guitar Player of the Year and a true bluegrass legend. They talk about the latest bluegrass news, interview your favorite artists, and tell lighthearted stories that celebrate the bluegrass tradition. Josh even gives bluegrass music tips in every episode. So grab your banjo, pick up your guitar, and let's have some fun together. This is the Hometown Bluegrass Show.
This is the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Welcome. We appreciate you being here with us. I'm sitting here with a true and blue and shrewd bluegrass legend, Josh Williams.
Shrewd, huh?
That's right. This is episode 65 of the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and we are coming at you from Western Kentucky, the heart of bluegrass music, where it all started.
That's right. We are in the heart of Le Center, Kentucky.
Right. That's right.
Which is French for the center.
That's right.
Don't mind me while I adjust
Josh
my microphone here.
Had 30 minutes to mess with his microphone since he's been here, and now he's...
Now I want to do it. I got it now.
Okay, you got it now?
I got it
all
now.
Right, cool.
We good now.
All right. Well, we're excited to be here. We appreciate you joining us on this 65th episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. Got a good show lined up for you. Josh is going to play us a song here in a little bit, and we've got the great Ashby Frank going to join us. Josh's old buddy and old Special C compadre.
That's right.
And Ashby's got tons of great music out right now, and so we're going to turn you into an Ashby Frank fan if you're not already. By the
That's
time
right.
the show's
If you're not familiar with old Mashby,
I know it.
then we'll familiarize you.
I wonder how many times he's been called Frank Ashby.
I bet a bunch.
I bet a bunch.
I've
yeah.
never asked him.
No, I'm gonna ask him.
Do it.
I will.
Well, why don't you wait till we talk to him?
Okay, good idea.
And then you can ask him.
All right.
Very nice.
Well, it's a great episode. We've had guests in the studio before, but we have had 2 guests before, hadn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. So, but we are excited. We've got the whole Flam Damley here tonight. The whole Flam Williams Damley here.
That's
something
right.
like that. So, yeah, we've got the great Wheldon, the true bluegrass legend Wheldon Williams with us.
No, I'm not like Dad, not yet.
And the first time guest on the Hometown Bluegrass Show, the beautiful, the talented Whitley Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was just complaining because she says she's the only one in the room that doesn't play an instrument. But by the end of the night, she's going to play something. I don't know what, but we're going to play something. So
yeah. Well, it's in her blood. You know that.
It's in her blood, yeah. So we've got 3 Williamses here tonight. So I'm not sure about Wheldon. He's got the Authentic Unlimited hat on with a Nirvana T-shirt. I mean, quite the contrast.
Don't judge. You can't judge.
That's a multifaceted musical interest taste right there.
I would say so.
I just walked in his room and randomly grabbed a shirt. I didn't know which one I grabbed.
It's actually my T-shirt.
Oh,
Listen, guys, he was talking and he said that he wanted a Nirvana T-shirt. He also wanted a Creed T-shirt.
Yes, I'm probably going to end up taking this one from you.
Well.
So he did not just go and grab one out of Dad's closet. No.
it was premeditated thievery right there. So an Authentic Unlimited hat and a Nirvana T-shirt and a mullet from 1978 going on.
That's
right.
right.
There. So anyway, got the Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yes, I think it's more around 88.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit of 91 in there.
Well, I got mine going like John Metters, so.
Yeah, that's right.
As soon as he got it cut like that, I sent John a picture of it, and I was like, "See what you've started." And he was like, "That's awesome."
Dang, it's about as long in the front as it is in the back.
Yeah,
so.
it's about time that it gets trimmed again.
You look like the sheepdog on the old cartoon. What was that old Bugs Bunny cartoon?
Oh yeah, I don't remember the dog's name.
I don't either.
But let's look it up. Let's find it out.
But anyway,
We'll work on that while you.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we got a great show lined up. Have you been playing anywhere this week? Yeah.
No. I've been off for the last couple of weeks, which has been kind of nice.
Yeah.
I will say that I will be playing the Opry a couple of times this week. This is as we're recording this is on Monday night, the 21st, and we'll be headed to the Grand Ole Opry tomorrow to play with Rhonda Vincent and the Rage.
Cool.
And so surprise you guys.
These two knuckleheads going with
Yeah,
you?
hey, thanks for not
they'll be going
telling
with
me.
me. So
Well, there you
and
go.
then I think I may be playing it again on Friday. I'm not sure. She sent me a message yet asking if I was available.
Yeah.
And I guess I dreamed up messaging her back at some point today. It was very hot outside today.
You're good at that.
So yeah, I messaged her back this evening. So we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, definitely be playing. In fact, we'll be opening the show tomorrow night at 7:00 on the Grand Ole Opry for everybody that checks this out on Friday,
There you
which
go.
will be 3 days after it airs.
That's right. Well, that's awesome. So I think if I saw correctly on Facebook, Southern Legacy's got some pretty exciting news come out recently.
We do, yeah.
Why don't
We're
you tell the
finally going to be releasing. We have signed with Pine Castle Records, and we're going to be releasing our first single coming up very soon. The Hills of Carter County, and that's been a favorite one ever since we started playing it. And people love to hear it, and that's going to be our first. It's kind of weird having your first single come out be kind of a slow song,
Yeah.
but everybody loves the song. The song stands alone, man. I mean, it's such a good song and paints such a good picture. And yeah, we're really excited to finally get something out to radio. So something that you'll be able to play on your radio show on the Hometown Bluegrass Show.
Yep. I'm excited
Radio
about
show.
that. So no doubt. So a Pine Castle record recording artist, Southern Legacy.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. But hey, that's
Well,
awesome.
yeah.
I will admit, if you haven't heard Carter County yet, the first time you do hear it, you're gonna get addicted to it instantly. I've been trying to find on my mail where Dad sent it to me, but I can't find it.
Yeah, it's a good one, that's for sure. Good stuff. So, well, good deal. Well, I think you might be remiss if you don't wish some special someone a special day.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Of course, it will have already passed by the time this hits the airwaves on Friday. But Wednesday, July 23rd, my mother will be celebrating her birthday. Terry Williams will be celebrating her 75th birthday, and she probably will be mad that I said that. But you know what? A lot of people don't make it that far, so I think it's an awesome deal to get to say that. She shares a birthday with Allison Krause.
Oh, cool.
Who will also be not turning 75, but be turning another year older
Yeah, well, that's awesome.
on the same day, July 23rd. So happy birthday to Nana.
Happy birthday, Nana. Y'all want to sing happy birthday to Nana?
What
are you looking at Daddy for? Y'all the grandchildren. I thought y'all might want to sing.
Yeah.
Too.
Happy birthday.
There you go.
There you go.
Whitley gave her a big shout out there. So
Yeah.
that's cool. So, all right. Well, sounds good. Well, that's been a pretty quiet week, I guess, in bluegrass. Always something going on for sure. But
There is. I saw a couple of things actually that I wanted to touch on just real quickly. Saw that Ralph Stanley II was hospitalized in Tennessee. He had played up at the Shriners Bluegrass Festival, which is this past weekend over in Olive Hill, Kentucky. And I guess he was hospitalized with some gastrointestinal issues. So I know that's definitely no fun, especially when you're having to work and put on a show on stage. And I guess it got so bad that he was having to sit down during a couple of the songs and just kind of let the boys pick. So, we're sending our thoughts and prayers out to old two, Ralph Stanley II. Hoping you're feeling better, brother.
yeah, hope you get feeling better, Deuce. Also got when this comes out on Friday, we'll be kicking off the Industrial Strength Bluegrass Festival in Zany, Ohio. So got a good festival there. If you get up to Ohio way, be sure and check those guys out. Daniel Mullins and them put on a fine show. So I got lots of great artists going to be there for that as well. So
Yeah, and we did lose somebody again this past week. A young fella. Gosh, I hate seeing this kind of thing. I mean, I hate seeing anybody, but this fella, Adam Frazier, he was 31 years old. He passed away from stage 4 stomach cancer on the 16th of July. So he was he was a bass player, and our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to his family, and we hate to hear that. That's just I hate when we have to deliver bad news, you know, on here, which we've had to do several times, it seems, this year. But, yeah, anyway.
Yep. Well, yeah, we wish the Adam Fraser family prayers on that passing of Adam for sure. So, well, let's take a quick break. We're going to get Josh tune up his guitar. Which stringing instrument did you bring with you tonight,
well,
my brother?
I've got the old D28 with me tonight. I haven't
playing that a little more lately.
I like it. I like it. This was it was a gift, so I'll talk a little more about it whenever we come back.
All right, that sounds good. Well, we'll be back right after this. The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehouseinn.com.
Looking for expert insurance advice from a team that truly knows Western Kentucky? At Paducah Insurance Agency, we're more than just policies. We're your neighbors, helping you protect what matters most. With locations in Paducah and Benton, Kentucky, we offer home, auto, business, and life insurance with top carriers like Erie Insurance, all at competitive rates. Locally owned and committed to your peace of mind, Jared Morgan and his team are here to help. Call Paducah Insurance Agency today at 855-853-4763 or visit paducahinsurance.com. Paducah Insurance, coverage you can count on from people you trust.
Howdy, friends. I'm Banjo Ben Clark, and you're listening to my good buddies, Tim Batts and Josh Williams, on the Hometown Bluegrass Show. You've tuned in because you like valuable conversation about the world's best music. And if you want more good stuff like that, come on over to my website, banjobenclark.com, where you can learn how to play and purchase anything you might need when it comes to bluegrass-related instruments and accessories. My Gold Pick members over there can access hundreds of lessons for banjo, guitar, and mandolin with all kinds of resources to help you move on down the road with your picking skills. And if you're looking to purchase something, the deals can't be beat at Banjo Ben's General Store. All there on the same website, banjobenclark.com. Now back to the show.
Thank you, Banjo Ben. We do appreciate your support of the Hometown Bluegrass Show. And if you head on over to banjobenclark.com, they've got lots of great stuff for the musical enthusiasts in your life, or maybe that's you. So just throw a bunch of stuff in your cart and use the promo code Hometown10, and they'll take 10% off your order just for listening. So we do appreciate him and all he does for bluegrass music, and especially us here at the Hometown Bluegrass Show. So Josh has got his guitar out, and we get a lot of requests sent into the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and we want to hear from you. So shoot us a message on our Facebook page, the Hometown Bluegrass Show, and we will try to oblige those the best we can. I don't know if Josh is going to do any Nirvana tonight, but might be something different. But anyway, we do.
Hey, I can do it, man. You never know.
Hey, I've heard you bluegrass or do some CeeLo Green before. So.
Yeah, I've done some CeeLo Green in my day.
Oh my gosh, I never laughed so hard in my life. Oh, I'm laughing just thinking about it.
Oh man.
Ooh, Lord.
And you love that song now too, don't you?
Lord. I'm not telling nobody that I love that song.
Such a good song.
Anyway, But anyway, was this a request sent in, or
this was a request
that
we had a while back that I'm going to do? Yeah, the guitar. This is one of these Martin D28 Golden Eras that was belonged to a friend of mine, and I used to play it a lot whenever I was a little bit younger, and took it on the road a few times when I was with Rhonda.
So you've had it a long time?
I've had it a couple of years now.
Oh, okay.
Where I used it while it still belonged to Myron, but it was a friend of mine, Myron Collier, gave me this guitar back a couple of years ago, and I love it, and I get the chance to play it whenever I can. Yeah, it's an amazing guitar. And of course, I have on it my Page Capo, and I have in hand my McEwen guitar pick.
Yeah, and on your head,
and
McEwen
on my head,
I've
got my Page Capo shirt on with my
Man, you came all sponsored out tonight. I didn't even notice the shirt.
That's right.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, you are representing tonight for sure.
Yep.
Well, he gave me a pick with the holes in it, so I'm super thrilled now. So I've been using
good.
that shirt,
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a thing that he does is the thing. Like he told me, he's like, "Nah, I don't do this."
I know.
I said, I'm doing it because you asked me to. And I said, "All right, well, I appreciate it."
And I shamed him into it when you got one. I said, "Josh got one. How come I didn't get one?" So he brought me one at the Kentucky
you're supposed
Opry.
to have a hat too, and I'll make sure that you do. So yeah, it's still sitting where I left it before we left the house. It had started storming real bad at the house, and we were trying to get out of there before it got too hairy. But anyway, I'll do this song. A few people have asked for this over the course of the last few months, and I don't really know it that well. But I'm going to attempt it anyway. I've got the lyrics here in front of me, so don't judge me. But anyway, this is, I guess, John Denver made this song pretty famous in the 60s, but I learned it from my dad, who learned it from Ian and Sylvia. And of course, Tony has a beautiful version of this as well. And I haven't studied that one as much. It's on one of the Rice Brothers albums. But anyway, I haven't studied that one, so I'm not going to try to sit here and say that I'm going to do anything like that version because I don't know that one. But I'm just going to do it the way that I think I can do it. Maybe it'll be all right. But anyway, it's called Darcy Farrow. Where the Walker runs down to the Carson Valley Plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Farrow was her name. The daughter of old Dundee, and a fair one was she. The sweetest flower that bloomed o'er the range. Her voice was as sweet as the sugar candy. Her touch was as soft as a bed of goose down. Her eyes shone bright like the pretty lights that shone in the night out of Yarrington town. But she was courted by a young Vandermeer, and quite handsome was he, I'm to hear. He gave her silver rings and lacy things, and she promised to wed before the snow came that year. But her pony did stumble and she did fall. Her dying touched the hearts of us one and all. Young Vandy in his pain put a bullet through his brain, and we buried them together as the snows began to fall. They sing of Darcy Farrow where the Truckee runs through. They sing of her beauty in Virginia City too. At dusky sundown to her name they drink around. And to young Vandy whose love was true. Where the Walker runs down to the Carson Valley Plain, there lived a maiden, Darcy Farrow was her name. The daughter of old Dundee, and a fair one was she. The sweetest flower that bloomed o'er the rain.
Well, now I'm sad. Are you sad, Whitley?
Isn't that a pretty song, though?
That is very pretty. I mean,
it is a very sad song.
It is a sad song, but sad songs make me happy. So that's you got it. I mean,
us bluegrassers are sick like that, you know.
I mean, put a bullet through your brain. I mean, you know, we're just gonna go straight to it. You know,
quite the picture that paints, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
what's the history of that song? I don't really know much about.
Well,
that
the
song.
writers, Stephen Gillette and Thomas Campbell. I do know that they wrote a few songs that are pretty famous. One of them that I do quite often is The Grapes on the Vine, which is a song that I learned again from the Rice Brothers. But I know that Waylon Jennings cut that back in the 80s, I think, and great songwriters, man. Those guys really have a quite the list of songs that they've written that are really good. So.
That's interesting.
But yeah, I think it was.
How long ago was it written? Because lyrically, it just seems like a really old song.
Yeah, you know, I don't really have the history of it on like that, but I do know that John Denver recorded it in 1966.
Oh, wow!
So, and I'm sure that Ian and Sylvia was probably around that time or even earlier.
Yeah.
You know, so and my mom and dad were both big Ian and Sylvia fans, so that's kind of the music I grew up on.
Mm-hmm.
Was listening to that folk music like that, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of John Denver, I may throw out a request for you sometime the next few weeks. My favorite John Denver song ever is Matthew.
Oh, okay.
I love that song.
That's a good
you
song.
Ever perform that one?
I've never performed it, but I'm familiar with the song.
Yeah. That's a great.
Yeah, my dad always liked "Sunshine on My Shoulder."
Yeah,
he always liked that song. He said that he saw Jose Feliciano do a spoof of that song one time, and he said he sang "Sunshine on the water makes it look warm." He said I couldn't remember if he ever sang "look warm" or "lukewarm," but. Yeah,
that's funny. Well,
yeah.
Caleb Smith does a great job of that song for Balsam Range. They recorded it several years ago, but man, it's just a beautiful song.
Yeah.
But well, cool. Well, great job, buddy. I enjoyed that very much.
I appreciate it.
And we want to hear from you. So if you got any requests, send them to us at the Hometown Bluegrass Show.
Or any questions for me.
That's right.
I'm happy to answer any guitar questions.
He's a wealth of useless knowledge. So
I am.
Well, we'll take another break. We'll go dial up Ashby Frank, see what he's up to, and I'll talk to him as soon as we come back. So don't go nowhere.
The Lake House Inn at Sled Creek has undergone complete renovation in 2023. Our outdoor space is unlike any other at Kentucky Lake. With 2 in-ground pools, 18 rooms, and 4 cabins, we're just a stone's throw away from Kentucky Dam. If you're looking to make memories with your family, this nostalgic inn is for you. Welcome to your lake house, where modern meets rustic and becomes home. Reserve online at lakehalcyon.com.
For over 50 years, Puckett's Jewelry in Benton, Kentucky has been a trusted choice for fine jewelry that will last a lifetime and help you celebrate life's most precious moments. The new owners, Bart and Hannah Lewis, are excited to continue the Puckett's Jewelry legacy in Marshall County and are proud to support bluegrass music. Puckett's Jewelry on the Square in Benton, Kentucky. Visit them online at puckettsjewelry.com.
Hey, this is Josh Williams for Page Capos. The Page Capo is lightweight, durable, and quickly attaches and allows you to change frets with ease. With controlled tension capabilities, Page Capo always stays in tune. But don't just take my word for it. Page Capos is also used by folks like Vince Gill, Ron Block, Tim O'Brien, Cody Kilby, Tommy Emmanuel, and James Taylor. So don't trust just any capo. Use what the pros use. Listen to the Hometown Bluegrass Show podcast for your chance to win a Page Capo on every episode. Do what I do and trust Page Capos. Order online at pagecapo.com.
Welcome back to the Hometown Bluegrass Show. We do appreciate Page Capos for being such a big part of what we do here on the podcast and also my radio show. And so really appreciate Brian and Lisa supporting the Hometown Bluegrass Show and giving Josh free shirts and stuff
that's
like
right.
that. So,
which I'm wearing,
yeah,
which I am.
That, yeah.
Free banjo capos. Free.
That's right.
Yeah.
Josh is also going to be doing a workshop at Page Capo booth at IBMA. So you be sure and come to that. And we're going to be there recording podcasts and all kind of cool stuff. So
yeah, it should be a fun time, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't been to IBMA in a few years. So and plus with it being in a new location, man, it's going to be a
little closer to us, so
Yes.
we're excited about that part of it for sure. So come to the Page Capo booth at IBMA and
Chattanooga, Tennessee this year.
That's right, absolutely. So, but anyway, we really excited to have our guest on tonight, the man that needs no introduction. That if you turn on Sirius XM radio, you're probably going to hear him just about every 30 minutes or so right now. So we got Ashby Frank. How are you, man?
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Well, Ronnie Bowman was supposed to be on, but we couldn't get a hold of him. So
come on.
No, we've already had him on.
Doesn't need to be here.
It's Frank Ashby. I mean, Ashby Frank.
Yeah, he was asking me earlier, Ashby. He was asking me, he said, how many times does he get called Frank Ashby? And I said, I don't know. Why don't you ask him? So
it's always some really nice, usually late night rental car or hotel clerk
nice.
that they think that they're making it easier on me because somebody, I probably messed up and put my name in backwards, and I always have to check, the reverse every time. It's somebody that's like trying to do a good deed, and then it just makes everything. Then it doesn't match my, debit card and all that. So anyway, pretty frequently. Pretty frequently.
Well, I assumed that, but I wasn't going to just make sure.
Yeah, I've seen a thing. Was it Nate Bargatze? What's it? Bargatze?
Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, so the comedian, he had he was at an airport one time, and his ticket said Nathaniel, and his license said Nathan, and something else said Nate.
Yeah.
He was like, that. It was. This guy was like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, I feel so of it, but he's from Nashville.
He is, yeah.
Or right around, yeah.
Yeah, he lives in Nashville.
Oh, he is so funny.
Funny dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
He sure is.
Did you ever see him at Zany's? I remember when I was living down there, you guys, you and some others used to go down to Zany's quite a bit. So
I never did. That was a little bit before when we would go down there and then go to Douglas Corner.
Yeah.
Kind of the same night. This goes right across the street from each other.
Right.
Much. So no, I've been down there forever, man.
Is Douglas Corner even still there anymore?
No.
Ah, that's too bad, man. That was a great place.
It was.
Very nice place to play, man.
So what you been doing today, man? You been working hard today, or you had a day off, or what?
I had a session at 11, and then I got home, and I've been trying to beat the weather and get my yard tended to before I take off to do some more work somewhere else tomorrow.
Well,
so,
welcome to my world. I've got about 5 acres that I mow, and I swear I can't keep it mowed with all this rain, and I mowed Friday, and it was literally like mowing a pond. There's just water spraying everywhere. So
it's been. I think I saw where it's the wettest summer we've had. Yeah,
yeah.
Anyway.
I saw something the other day that said we've had around here. I think 57% of the days have had precipitation so far in 2025, something like that. So
wow,
I believe it. But,
wow, that's crazy.
Do you live right around Nashville, or?
Yeah, I'm in Southwest Nashville.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, man, you've got some great music. I mean, really good stuff. I tell you, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. One of my favorite songs right now, and I play it all the time on my radio show, is Paintball Gun. I mean, that song gets all stuck in your head, and I just love that song. Where'd that song come from?
I don't really know. I mean, I wrote it, but I don't know where it came from personally. I tried to pitch it. I've had I've been blessed enough to have my buddy Junior Sisk record several of my songs, and I thought that would be right up his alley, but some other things happened that made him kind of shy away from the tongue-in-cheek.
We've talked to Junior on here on the podcast before. We know all about his backlash from the bicycle chain. So
yeah, and so that never happened. And so I thought, well, man, I've just written Junior's next, number one hit. Because I wrote the one that he got actually was that I wrote that was nominated for Song of the Year was about faking your own death. And some people kind of misunderstood that.
Oh, that song is great. What's the name of that song again?
It's The Day That I Died.
The story.
Story of the Day That I Died. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man, that is a fabulous song. I didn't realize you wrote that. That's great.
Yeah. But yeah, that one actually did pretty well on radio, but it never got added to like satellite radio or a lot of the playlists. I think people thought it was controversial, which what is that even anymore?
Yeah. I mean, where would we be without controversy these days? I think Eminem hit it on the head when he said that back in the early 2000s, So.
Right. It sells. Yeah. Any press is good press, I guess.
That's right. Hey, I'm living proof of that. Man, we had Cahill on here last year and had a big time with him and we spent a good 30 minutes with the God, jeez, all that kind of stuff. And we talked about you a little bit, and I know they're planning on the 50th anniversary this year. Are you going to try to be able to be at the show that they're doing this year, or?
I tried everything I could do to make it work, but I could not this time. So I won't be able to make it, but I'll be there in spirit, and
of course,
was happy to be included on that. Happy to be included on that record with you and Robbie and Rick and everybody.
Wasn't that so much fun? I didn't realize when we were sitting around in the circle, that doing the song, I thought we were rehearsing the song. I didn't know they were filming a video. I would have been looking at the floor the whole time.
So is this?
I thought he was like setting up the shot, because if you see me, I'm looking down the whole time. I don't even look forward.
Yeah,
I'm just
same here, man. I had my lyric sheet. My lyric sheet is literally like right behind my seat is a music stand, yet I'm got the lyric sheet on the floor reading it off from there. So I had no idea, man. I felt so bad after I seen the video come out. I was like, oh, that's what we were doing.
I think that was kind of the idea, though. Like, it's kind of, but it came out really well. But I mean, that's kind of the impromptu thing.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Is that the song that I played on Name That Tune?
Yes, that is the song.
So I started this segment called Name That Tune on here, just trying to stump Josh on a song. I play like 5 seconds of a song and say, name that tune. And I played that song, and he was like, wait a minute, that kind of sounds like me. He goes, I haven't even heard that song.
Yeah, he's like, that is you. You sure you don't even know your own song? I was like, I haven't heard that yet. Is that out?
That kind of happened to me once. A buddy of mine, Ty, I was given some mandolin pointers to, sent me a track, and was like, man, we had this song pitched to us, and I really liked the solo that Andy Leftwich played on it. Could you show me a little bit of what he does? And I listened to it twice. I was like, who sent you this? That's me.
That's hilarious.
Which it was an honor that that he wanted to play the solo kind of like me. But I was like, oh, that's not Andy. That's me. Don't put down Andy like that.
Shoot, man. I've gotten the opportunity to play a lot of music with you over the years, man, and I always love the chance to get to do that with you, man. You're one of the best, and that's not me blowing smoke, man. That's me telling it like it is. That's a fact.
Well, I appreciate that, and the same to you, man. Miss picking with you. That was fun a few months ago when we got to do that record. But yeah, hope to do it again. Not once every 6 years or whatever.
Yeah, I know, man. Definitely.
You want us to leave you two alone or anything?
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, we'll be down here in a minute.
Shoot, I remember just waiting for Josh in front of his house. Call time, getting ready to leave and go out and pick. And it was we had a different time zone. I don't know how many I crossed between Bellevue and Burns, but at least 3 hours difference. I don't know. It's always hard to get up with him.
Yeah, that was not in a good time of my life. I didn't do a lot of sleeping back then, so when I did finally do it, it was down for the count for much longer than it should have been.
You didn't own a watch. For
no, I was a member. I was a part-time member of the Josh Williams band there for a little while, so I got to enjoy all that. And didn't you just do a reunion thing?
We did, man. Yeah, we sure did. Yeah, we was able to play up at Rudy Fest this past year, and they wanted us to do. That's the first time that any of us had played together. And well, I've played with Jason several times since then, but the four of us hadn't played together since I believe it was 2013. I think was the last time we played together. Yeah,
that's wild.
Time goes by fast, man. I don't know if you've noticed that, but I sure have. You
sure have.
It's crazy how fast it goes. Everybody always said, when you get older, it's going to really start going fast. And I got a kid about to start driving, so it's definitely.
You and I have been picking and been on the road since we were teenagers, and I think COVID kind of, with that year and a half, 2 years there, where I've never slowed down. I've never quit working since I started playing with bands on the road when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
And so to just have a year and a half, that's just a blank.
Yeah.
And I did play on some records and stuff, but everything's like, oh, that was 3 years ago. I was like, no, that was 7 years ago. It kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody talks about, in 2018, I did this. In 2019, I did this. What'd you do in 2020? That was COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody did nothing.
Nobody did anything.
Yeah. That's right.
Anyway, yeah, it is flying by, but time flies when you're having fun or killing brain cells at the same time.
There you go, man.
Well, if you started that early, did you grow up in a musical family and start playing real young, I guess?
My mom is a piano and teacher and was an organist. I grew up in an old school Lutheran church with an old pipe organ, and my sister always sang, was in the musical theater. And my dad, of course, he would write. It's probably where I get this from, the sarcastic stuff. He would write funny songs about his friends and have us record them. And his mom, my grandmother, my granny, sang in quartets, and her father was a quartet leader. My great grandfather and my grandmother's nephew was the late Terry McMillan, was a famous harmonica player. However you say it.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Would that be a harmonicist?
Harmonicist. Anyway, he's good on that. He was good on that thing.
He played the mouth harp mighty fine.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody would know him from all the Garth Brooks stuff from the 90s and early 2000s, and Travis Tritt, and pretty much anything had that crazy harmonica stuff on it. So yeah, both sides. I grew up with music. My dad listening to, Tom T. Hall and Bill Monroe and everything to Bob Seger and Jimi Hendrix, or that style of classic rock stuff. And when my mom was listening to oldies, Three Dog Night, and then gospel music. And my sister always sang CCM and Broadway type show tune stuff. And so I got the whole gambit of it growing up. Yeah.
Did you grow up around in Tennessee, or?
I grew up in kind of West Central North Carolina, near Winston-Salem.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so not too far away then. So
just a little over 400 miles from Nashville.
Yeah. So what got you bit by the bluegrass bug? Was it early on, or did that come later on, or what?
Well, I wanted, they got me started. My mom kind of didn't make me, but highly suggested that during her choir practice, there was a gentleman, his wife sang in the choir there, and he was from the Boone, Watauga County, Valley Crucis area, northwestern North Carolina. That grew up, he played mandolin with different kind of local and regional groups, played some with Raymond Fairchild. And so he'd bring his mandolin and guitar while choir practice was going on and teach me. He basically taught me, or as he would say, I'm going to learn you one.
There you go.
I started playing guitar, and then I just kind of took to the mandolin, even though I never really showed a lot of interest in it until I actually asked for an electric guitar for Christmas, and they bought me a mandolin and said, "Hey, if you don't like this, we'll see what happens next Christmas or whatever." But I guess the rest is how it happened. And I mean, I didn't grow up. My cousins and my mom's first cousin and his wife played. Kind of loved going to bluegrass festivals. I think in the late '70s and the '80s, and so I would hear them play at family functions and things like that. But there wasn't a lot of bluegrass around my house growing up. But as soon as I started playing, they're in that part of North Carolina. I love Kentucky. That is, it is the bluegrass state, but North Carolina is about as hot and heavy, especially the Piedmont there, with bluegrass as any other place in the country. And so I think the first show I went to was the Lewis family and Jim and Jesse. And then a few months later, I went to Denton, which is the Rice unit was playing. Krause was there. Third Time Out, Lou Reed, Terry Balcom in Carolina, Lonesome River Band, New Vintage with Gina. That whole amazing lineup. And I was hooked after that weekend. Is whenever I really kind of got bit.
Well, I bet, man. I was going to say, if you didn't get bit on that kind of weekend, man, there's something wrong with you. My goodness.
Yeah, Denton in I think it would have been 95.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that, 95, 96.
Wow. And how old were you
then?
then?
Then I started going to the Fiddlers Convention, the Galaxes nearby, and Merle Fest and Bass Mountain and all that stuff. So, it kind of fell into it, and never really thought about doing anything else. So sometimes I wish I had, but I've never even thought about it, So, it just kind of fell into it that way.
Well, that's cool. So are you touring mostly now, or staying close to home, doing a lot of session work and local gigs, or what?
I do quite a bit of session work in town. I was touring quite a bit, and I'm actually still a member of Mountain Heart. Actually, this is almost 8 years now that I've been in Mountain Heart. We were kind of slow at the beginning there. We picked right before COVID. We were working a ton, played Floyd Fest and Rooster Walk and some huge festivals, and kind of had some momentum going. And this year, our guitar player Seth Taylor is out with a little known artist named Post Malone and his band, and our pianist and guitar player Josh Schilling's out with Winona. Our banjo player's out with Mumford and Sons. So I've been doing more closer to home, and I've also been doing a few little solo gigs here and there. In fact, I'll be up in y'all's neck of the woods. It's not really a public show, but I know a lot of people see those riverboats come through there in Paducah and Grand Rivers. I do shows on there occasionally, and have some stuff later in the fall coming up. I'm working some with Steve Earle, and still doing things with Jerry Douglas and Earls of Leicester here and there. So, just kind of busier than I ever have been, but I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, no doubt. I hate to be your tax guy, man. You're going to have a lot of 1099s at the end of the year.
That's me, and it is not good. It is not fun.
Oh man, that's great. So when was the first time you and Josh ever played together? You remember?
That would have been at IBMA in Louisville, probably.
Yeah, I'm sure it would have been. Yeah.
That's the first year. The first year I ever went to IBMA was at the first year in Louisville. And I think you were doing that thing with Mike, and who else was in that?
Oh my gosh, that would have been that was me and Mike Cleveland and Chris Thiele, Cody Kilby, and Brady Stoddle.
Maybe that was the year after that, because I remember it being on that closed circuit TV thing. But it was right around that time. But you were around Yeah, you're just a couple years older than me.
Right.
So, yeah, that would have been about that time.
That would have been around 03, I think. Because I think 93, I think 93 would have been, was the year that we did that originally, and I would have been 12. So they did
I think the first year I went, I was 14, which would have been like 97. So maybe I'm misremembering something. But
well, no.
Anyway,
yeah, it could have been if it was on the closed circuit TV. Then I mean, it was. They always played all sorts of stuff on there. I remember the first time I heard Tony Rice talk after losing his voice was on that closed circuit TV, and I just sat there just mesmerized by listening to his voice, thinking, how did this happen? You know, he was doing the second video that he did with Happy Trom before Happy passed away, yeah, it was. I just remember sitting there watching that, thinking, oh my gosh, you know, is this live? Is this old? Is this like how old is this? Like, so it could have been if it was, if it would have been around then it probably. I probably would have already been with Rhonda by that point and doing. I want to say we did a 10-year. It's either 10-year or 20-year. I can't remember which one it was. It may have been a 20-year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Probably who knows? I don't know. But anyway, it would have been in Louisville one of the first years or two that it was.
Yeah.
There. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what is that? Nearly 30 years ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't believe we could say that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Long time ago.
Here we are.
And here you are. That's right. well, your latest single, Everybody's Got Their 9-Pound Hammer, man. Great song. Did you write that too?
I did not. That came from Eric Gibson and Greg Cornett and Tim Stafford.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it gets up and moves a little bit. So,
no doubt. No doubt.
No, Tim's been nice enough. I cut one of his on my last record that he wrote. I think with Bobby Starnes, his frequent co-writer there, and I've always just been a huge fan of Tim's. Well, of course, his singing and playing, but his writing too.
His writing's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I always bug him for a couple whenever I'm about to go back in. So yeah, I appreciate that. It's doing really, really well. I've been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you got more new music coming out soon, or you gonna?
So I just literally Thursday I finished singing on the last 5 songs. We're kind of doing them in batches now because everything's so single oriented. I cut 7 about a year and a half ago, and then they've been through the process. I think we've put out 5 singles. I think this is the 5th one, 4th or 5th, and so there's one more off of that batch coming out here, that'll be after this one, and then some new stuff that I'm literally finishing up. I finished my part, and then I've got to add the harmonies and probably get that rascal Jim Van Cleve to play fiddle on the rest of it. And
couldn't find nobody any better on fiddle.
Not for that price.
Oh man, that's funny.
Oh man,
I've known him even longer. I met Jim when I was 9, I think, before I even started playing the mandolin. He grew up in the Lutheran church as well, and his dad was friends with like a Lutheran insurance salesman. I think I was just started playing guitar, and Jimmy I've known him over 30 years now, which is crazy.
Wow.
But anyway, it's great. You can't make old friends, as they say. And it's so nice that so many folks I grew up with picking are still around, and I get to run into and even hang out with every now and again. So
absolutely. Yeah. So what do y'all think's the trend of singles coming out now instead of full albums? I mean, what's caused that? You think, is it streaming music?
I'm sure it is. Yeah, the streaming and the downloading and all of that. Yeah. I mean, very few people buy albums. Downloading. You know, they don't buy CDs
that's the main
anymore.
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's and once you put it all out there, like, if you put out a full record, then it's kind of like you shot your shot as far as what people are it's not going to be considered all that new. If you release it as a single 8 months from when the album came out,
Exactly.
It might be a new single, but I mean, I even noticed. I mean, Allison waited to put her their new record out. Had a single out, maybe 2 singles out, but then they just released something last week or the week before as a single, and I was like, well, you don't see that much anymore. But yeah, I think it's the coupling of streaming and it used to be that people toured to promote their albums, and now people put out albums to promote their tours. So it's a different world, and it stinks for people like me. That I like opening a product, or even if it's just online, listening to it, the whole vision all the way through, and looking at the credits and seeing who wrote what and who played on what, and like all of the that's like a Christmas every few weeks as far as when I was a kid, like opening up somebody's record, and don't really have that anymore, but which is kind of a shame, but things change. It's the way it is.
I know. I guess so much thought used to go into, on a full album, and like what song are we going to open the album with, and the order of the songs, and where do you put your hottest song and all that stuff.
I've kind of noticed that also. To me, it looks like it's led to less poignant or slower ballad type things being released or being focused on, because bluegrass, is about the banjo and picking and the fiddle and mandolin and guitar, like that. That's kind of the thing that gets people's attention about this form of music, even more so these days than a slower ballad thing that might not cut through on the limited amount of media that bluegrass can garner, unless you're Allison or Billy Strings or Molly Tuttle. And so I've kind of noticed that as far as like the songs that have been coming out, it's changed a little bit. You hear quite a bit more mid to up tempo stuff. Of course, that's always been the norm, but to me, it kind of seems even more that way. Maybe it's just me, but because I like the sad, slower songs quite a bit. So
well, we were just talking about that earlier in the podcast. Josh, Southern Legacy's new singles coming out, Hills of Carter County, is kind of a ballad song.
It is. It's a slow song. So we're gonna break the norm.
Good luck.
Thank you. We're gonna need it.
There's a bunch of scrubs in that band anyway, so I don't know if it'll get anything.
I know.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, it's amazing how music trends have changed over the years. It's just it's real interesting. I find that very interesting. How that works. So
you go from making however much, $7.5, $8 an album that you sell, or maybe even a little bit more in some cases, to now we make a fraction of a penny.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So
I know it. Yeah.
I mean, streaming is what it is, and you get on some of those playlists, and man, you can get exposed to people that would have never heard you.
Now that is
otherwise.
True. That is true.
And but then I look at it, it's like, well, you had 15,000 streams on this one, which this grand scheme of things is nothing in the streaming world. But I was like, imagine, if I would just had 5,000 people, a month, purchase even just a single, for 99 cents, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, like that would have been huge.
Yeah.
But not anymore.
No.
Well, I'll put both of y'all on the spot here. I've never asked Josh this on the air personally before, but you mentioned, some big names a while ago with, Molly Tuttle, and I guess mainly I'm kind of gearing towards Billy Strings. What's y'all's opinion on what his popularity is like, and what it's done for bluegrass music?
Should I go first, Josh?
Yes, you go first.
Hang on.
I'm not going to go.
Let me find it. Hang on. I have to get my cricket sound effect.
A little too late on it, but it was nice.
As far as his crowds and the way what he's done and who he pays tribute to, I think it's a huge positive for the music, and it's a little different realm to where it's more on the jamgrass side of things, which I've been more in that world a little bit the last few years than I ever was before. I've gotten to play I think two shows with Billy sitting in, and gotten to record with him with Chris Jacobs, and man, he's really bringing a lot of fresh ears, and especially younger people, and even people my age and older that may have always liked bluegrass, but he's got a light show and he's got all this. that's what you need to compete with major entertainment anymore. But it's not just because of they're changing bluegrass to make it more. It's like, no, everybody has supercomputers in their pockets anymore. It's really hard to compete with that, especially with younger people that have never known any different.
Yeah.
So, you've got all this, free stuff to compete. So it's hard to get people to, want to buy a ticket, especially for that kind of money.
Well, you mentioned Junior Sisk earlier, your friend. I saw him recently on social media, said that he attended Billy Strings concert and bragged on it. I mean, I would have never really pictured Junior at a Billy Strings concert just because he's so.
He did, and then just a few weeks ago, Billy got Junior up during his show.
Oh, wow.
I think they did a Stanley Brothers tune. He knows it. He knows the stuff, man. I've picked with him. I'm not really friends with him. I don't really know him. Seems like a great guy when I was around him, but he goes all the way back to the Sparks and, Doc Watson, that era. He's more, from the Doc school of picking than someone like, Tony or even Sutton or, but it's a great thing. It's kind of like whenever Oh Brother came in and it's like, oh my gosh, they're, dressing up in period clothes. And that was great music. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, there's always going to be something negative to say about, the trend that comes in that you might feel left out of, or it's like, well, I've been out here doing this for, 500 years. It's like, I think, the term is, rising tide lifts all ships. And I think he's done a great job as far as career trajectory. Who could have imagined?
Yeah.
Going from playing the station end to literally selling out the arena in Nashville.
Sold Bridgestone out like 2 nights in a row or something like that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's definitely putting the music in front of people that normally would not have been going to a bluegrass show.
Mm-hmm. And he can play his butt off. He can play.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like everybody, it's not like you're taking anything away from him for his talent either. Good. He has a vibe and, has right school songs that are different and has his own thing. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And he's got the right people behind him that are, continuing to push him where he needs to be. So that's, and the same with Molly, which I love Molly to death. I think she's one of the, greatest pickers and sweetest human beings on the planet. Mm-hmm. And, same with her. She's doing the same thing. She's taking, bluegrass to people that wouldn't normally have, be seeing it otherwise. Yeah. So kudos to her.
There's been great talent in this genre and in traditional country music. Everybody, commercial country is such a far away world, even though Zach is really killing it right now. Zach Top is just, that there's been a lack of, it's such a risk because, 9 times out of 10, if you invest money in trying to become an actual national touring artist, I'm not talking about, playing festivals and stuff is great, but like having a real show, having a real management team, having that sort of thing, that's a huge undertaking and a huge risk and investment. Mm-hmm. If you're starting out, even if you've had a good bit of success, like you just you have one bad night where no one shows up, and that's not a $5,000 mistake. That's a $100,000 mistake. And it turned, or even more, with something to that scale, $1 million mistake. But that's just it's a big transition, and I think more and more artists in the roots world in general are going to have to, step up their game as far as the show and the experience, because you can't. It's not going to our ADD rattled society. Yeah. It's you have to have something that makes people want to sit there and enjoy themselves. That you can't just, as much as I love to sit and watch one person, just play their rear end off. That's not going to put rear ends in seats, in my opinion. So anyway,
yeah.
Unless it's Little Roy, and then all bets are off.
There you go. Oh man.
Well,
very interesting thoughts there.
You didn't say much, OJW.
I said my piece.
All right. That's cool. Well, we value your opinion, so I wanted to know it.
I mean, I could. I mean, if he was still around, I would pay a lot of money just to sit and listen to Dave Evans sing. You know,
man.
even in a room with like one light bulb. You know, like, I don't care where it was. You know, but it's like that world just barely. It was barely profitable then.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just a different world now. But I'm grateful for them all. You know, going out and risking it, and now, you know, just really killing it out on the road. It's just fantastic, in my opinion.
You know, it's funny that you bring up Dave Evans because it wasn't that long ago I was talking to somebody. It was back when Stapleton was just becoming huge, you know, and in the country world, and people were talking about, you know, his singing and all this stuff, and it's like, well, if you like that, check some of this out. And I played them some old Dave Evans, you know. And they were like, this, it blew their mind, you know. I was like, this is like one of the guys that Stapleton grew up listening to. You know?
Absolutely. So, he's like Motown meets Dave Evans. I mean,
yeah, exactly. He really is, man.
I mean, that's killer. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And of course, he never really got his due either.
No, he didn't, man. But it's, if you, you know, if anybody really knows Dave Evans' music, then you know. I mean, it's something that you think, oh, that guy sounds like Dave Evans. Everybody else be like, who? You know, but it's like, yeah. I mean,
the saxophone player.
Yeah, Dave was awesome back in the day, man. I mean, and he kind of lived that old outlaw country lifestyle. You know, he shot up somebody's house. So I mean, you know, spent a little time, but you know. Wonder how much time old Billy Strings has spent behind bars. Well, actually, who knows? He may have. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. But it's possible. Anybody can.
I hate to say this because I may have imagined this, but I'm pretty certain I read something about him having at least some sort of brush with the law. I'm not sure.
Well,
maybe I'm creating this narrative in my head. Now I'm going to get sued for defamation.
Well, I don't think it's defamation necessarily because I think I know for a fact that he's been in some of the worlds that I've been in, and you know,
well, we know he spent 7 weeks in county jail for sure. He wrote that song recently, so
well, there you go, and that could be true, you know.
Well, you don't have to worry about getting sued, Ashby, because I mean, there's about like 12 people that listen to this podcast. So my mom, Josh's mom, and like 10 of their church friends. So.
I don't know if mom listens to it or
Billy
not.
Strings.
Yeah, Billy Strings.
He will listen to this episode now, I'm sure.
He'll be like, "Hey, Billy, did you hear this?"
Yeah, exactly.
Call my lawyer.
Said you were in prison. You know.
Oh,
yeah, who knows, man?
That's awesome.
But anyway, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, man, thanks for spending some time with us tonight, man. We really appreciate you joining us, and you're such a pleasure to listen to, and your music's fabulous, man. You talked about a lot of other great songwriters, but man, you're right up there in my book, and I love your music.
Oh, thank you.
I appreciate you so much. So.
Yeah,
thank you so much. Like, keep spinning it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we're spinning it and trying to promote you on this old crappy podcast and all that good stuff. So.
Yeah, man. We all of you DJs out there listening, give old Ashby Frank a good spin a couple of times for us, or a whole bunch of times on your radio shows, man. You will not be sorry.
I probably get you at least like a half a penny a week from what I do. So,
man, that's more than I've made a lot of weeks doing this.
They add up. That's awesome. Well, thanks again, man, and go mow your grass tomorrow. Do something productive. So.
I'll try. Thank y'all for having me. I'll come back anytime you want me to.
That's great, man.
You're always welcome here, brother.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
All right, buddy. We'll see you later.
Appreciate it.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Oh man, good dude, man.
Dude, he's awesome. I love that guy, man.
He's super
he's just one of those guys that, you know, every once in a while you meet people that you really click with, and he's always been one of those guys with me.
He just has that personality. You gotta love it, you know.
Yeah. So. Well, and it's a musical thing for me and him too. You know, I mean, it was just the moment we first played together. It was you know, it was just something real. It was something that was really good, and we both felt it. And you know, I feel like we have mutual respect for each other, and that, you know, that's why.
Yeah, well, that's obvious for sure. So, well, it's been a great 65th episode. I've had fun. Whitley, have you had fun?
Yeah, I was the only one who did not have headphones.
Oh, no.
Well, it was a great episode. You'll have to go back and listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music. Wheldon wouldn't share his headphones or nothing.
Okay, now to be fair, when Dad was playing the song, I did give her his.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay. And then I turned him up real loud to mess with her. And she looked at me like, what are you doing? So.
That scared me.
She looked at me with like one of the most petrified looks ever.
That's right. Well, thank y'all for being here, and we appreciate you so much. And,
that's right.
And
thank you to all of our sponsors, and thank you, Tim, for doing what you do for bluegrass music.
Well, no problem, man. I love it. I'm just an old Kentucky boy. Just love bluegrass music, just like you.
That's right, man.
I just can't play guitar like you, but
well,
that.
I can't do I can't host a radio show like you. So
we all have our talent.
That's right, brother.
Well, just remember, if you got time to breathe,
you got time for music.
See y'all later.
Well, folks, that's a wrap for this episode of the Hometown Bluegrass Show with Tim and Josh. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on Facebook to stay connected to your bluegrass community. Got a question for us? A story to share? Or an artist we should feature? Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. You can find all the details at timbats.com. Thanks for listening to the Hometown Bluegrass Show, where the heart of bluegrass music lives. This has been a Bats Music and Media production.